Brooksy, always great to see you, first of all. Pleasure to chat baseball with you. So I thought, I don't think there's anybody else I would rather hear a statement from on the state of the game than from you. I mean, you watch a lot of baseball, and obviously over the years, so where are we in this game?
You tell me. I see a lot of things I don't enjoy. I hope they do away with the shift, for one thing. Blocking the plate. I was talking to Johnny Bench the other day. He said, man, I've been up there blocking the plate and never got hurt yet, But just something like that. I don't know. It probably got more teams coming in, Gary, so I don't keep up with it as well as I should. But I watch this club as much as I can. And but the state of the game is, from what I read, the people, the stadiums are losing money. A lot of them are not losing money, but losing fans. But anyway, it's something to think about.
Yeah, we've really come. We talk all the time now, but we've come down to a 3-decision game. It's either a walk, a strikeout, or a home run.
Oh.
Not good. I don't think that's good.
I don't think it's good either. When the strikeouts out-hit, or you have more strikeouts than hits, that's stupid, But that's never happened before, I don't guess. Maybe last year.
Yeah.
I did get to see. I was up in York, in the not the Piedmont League, but York's independent league team, and I saw them doing the radar, for balls and strikes. And I knew they were doing it, but I was sitting up there in a box and watching it, and I'd watch the umpire and behind the plate, and he'd be a little slow all the time, So I was thinking, what's wrong with that guy? But then I realized they're doing the TV thing, or it's a radar, and they're telling him if it's a ball and a strike. But maybe it's coming to that.
They're certainly giving it a whirl.
They are giving it a whirl. Yeah, there's a couple of independent league teams are using that.
Yep. Do you think that, taking some of it seems to me what's happening is there's a human element that's being taken out of the game with a number of these things that are happening, and that's one of them. Good or bad?
Good. I don't like it, but if it makes the game more important doing it like that, maybe it should be like that. But they're talking about wanting to shorten the games all the time. Well, you're not shortening the game by the umpires running over and see if the guy was safe or out. But Manfred, the commissioner, he's changing a few things.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Orioles. Talking about the state of baseball. How about the state of the Orioles? You know what they're going through, and what do you see?
Well, I see it's going to be a long road. I came in 1955 out of high school in Little Rock, and I came to Baltimore about June the 1st, and I went on the road trip with the Orioles. But that team lost over 100 games. Next year, 56, they lost, 54, they lost 100 games the year before I came here. So they really didn't get respectable to 1960, and that's when we had a chance to win. We had a lot of young guys like Hanson and Estrada and West Stock, and so we got a lot better in a hurry, and I think that's what you're going to see here. You're going to get a lot better in a hurry, but it's going to take 3 or 4 years. I'm happy with the way Elias and the manager worked together, and so, it's just going to be a while, and we're going to have to put up with it.
What do you think of the analytics that are being introduced to the game?
Well, it's interesting. I really haven't. The day they introduced Brandon, the manager, at a press conference, I went into a room and just came down to be there, and Brandon and they invited me and Brandon and Mike, Elias, and the first thing I told him is, guys, I don't know one thing about analytics, I didn't even think about that when I was playing, but there has to be something to it. And if you can help the pitcher with his spin ratio and things like that. But so they got their work cut out for them. When it comes down to play on the field. And as you know, we just make too many mistakes. Whether it be base running or every game, you say, he didn't hit the cutoff man, or he didn't do this or that. But it's shouldn't be inexperienced. These guys have played in the minors, but still they make a lot of mistakes.
Pitching there just seems to be no end to the search for pitchers.
Yeah.
We've gone into the opener now, being used by virtually everybody in baseball. I'm just wondering, what do you do with the game when we've got this pitching situation where there just don't seem to be enough to go around?
Yeah, you're right. I think every club is suffering from the number of pitchers and not wanting to use a pitcher too much, these young guys, and I don't know what you do about that.
Yeah. Do you like the opener concept? Do you see that as something usable long term, to have a guy come in and just pitch 2 innings and then somebody else come in?
I don't see that. No, I'm a little upset that I guess they call it 5 and fly.
Yeah.
Just give me 5 and that's enough. We had a couple pitchers on our teams that would have loved that, though. But anyway.
Do you watch the way the game is being played today, in particular when you're watching the Orioles? Do you see the skill sets still there that you used to see when you played?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see some good skill sets. I really do. It's just not enough of them, I guess. That's the main thing. I mean, when you play guys out of position, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But he might hit, but he doesn't have a good defensive aspect to the game. But anyway, I think that's all we can do now is just fit here and fit there, and hoping that they do the job.
Still pitching the number one thing in this game to you, that you either win or lose based on what you got?
Absolutely, yeah.
No matter how good your
That's
D.
good.
Yeah.
I thought it would be the hitting early on, but the pitching's been not too good.
Yeah. And over long term, just looking at the game in general, it still is about the pitching, even in this day and age?
Oh, I believe. Sure. Absolutely.
Bullpens now more than ever?
More than ever now. I think everyone's realizing that. You look at the Washington Ball Club that's been playing pretty good baseball here for a couple months now. But they're struggling in the bullpen too now. And, they bring a guy in and doesn't work. So you're lucky if you can come up with a couple of guys who are going to give you pretty good outings every time.
Look, so you're talking about when we watch the game, sometimes it seems like the basic hitting a cutoff man, knowing when to run or what to do, sometimes at the major league level it doesn't seem to be there. Is there a lack, do you think, of stuff going on in the minors training-wise?
It shouldn't be, but that there is. Yep. I mean, that's just common knowledge that, in certain situations, you see these guys looping a ball in here, the guy takes second base or third base, and, you say to yourself, man, what are they doing?
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. I mean, they used to call it the Oriole way. I don't know what that is, but I think they had pretty good training in the minor leagues, making sure guys hit the cutoff man or throw the right base. Who knows?
Talk a little bit about that when you were coming up. I mean, what was the Oriole way? What did that mean to you as a player?
Well, I was really impressed with the Oriole way when I started thinking about it. But I had great coaches, great managers when I was doing it. George Staller was my manager in York, and then he came on to coach here. And then I went down to Double-A the next year, and Joe Schultz was the manager. And they just kind of stayed on the guy, hey, do this, man. You dismissed the guy, and you tried to steal a base. I didn't steal too many, but they tell guys, sometimes there's a time to steal and there's a time not to steal. And I see us running into a lot of outs that way.
Yeah. One of the great thrills, I think, for any of us who had a chance to be there is to go to Cooperstown when you guys are there for the Hall of Fame weekend. Has that become even more meaningful for you as the years have gone by?
It has. It really has. I love going there. I'm getting to be one of the oldest guys there. I think I'm in the maybe 10th or 11th, and I can't believe that, but I went in '83, so that's 30 years or something, Yeah. But it's fun. I have fun. I really miss Killebrew was my favorite guy up there with K-Line, and we always had, we went together, and it's really something, you know. And I hear guys say, "Oh, I don't care if I get in or not," but deep down they care. They want to be a part of the Hall of Fame. When you think about it, less than 1% of players ever make the Hall of Fame, and to be up there, and it's you. And the thing that I enjoyed this year was the fact that Hank Aaron came up. Koufax was there. Those guys come in right at the last second, but they're there on stage, and I'm saying to myself, well, if those guys can come, I can come, and it's great. Johnny Bitch always gives me a laugh. He's up there, and we have a good time.
What's the best part of it that weekend?
The best part of it is when we get off the stage right now, when we're up there and you have 6 speakers, you know. I mean, we tell those guys, hey, 15 minutes, and if you can't finish your speech in 15 minutes, and we've had guys get up there, and Rizzuto, God rest his soul, man, he just kept going, and there was a couple other guys, you know.
Yep.
And we get up and go downstairs and have a soda and come back up, and they're still talking, you know. But there's nothing you can do about that. That's their moment in the sun.
Yeah. And the storytelling that goes on is unbelievable.
Well, that never stops.
Yeah.
And then Sunday night, you know, we all have our dinner, but that's getting to be a point where I always sit the last table in the back. After the meal, I sit for about 15 minutes and I'm gone. You know, I don't stay for the whole time because the commissioner, he's there and they're asking questions about the game, and I don't want to hear all that.
And guys, I got to say, Brooksy, it seems to me guys are as hard, not hard, but go after one another as much as ever.
Absolutely.
I mean, the jabbing that goes on.
They do, yep. They got a couple guys who kind of jab everyone, you know. But Blyleven, he's a funny guy. But I enjoy all those guys. I really do.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. Are you going to watch the games here? You're going to watch the Orioles? Going to see them hopefully grow?
I hope so. Oh, yeah, they will. No doubt about it.
Just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time. I really believe they got the right people in place with Mike Elias and the manager, Hyde, Brandon. So I'm getting a little forgetful on names.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
And I'm on the air when I'm forgetting. That's even worse.
You're not forgetting. You're not forgetting on the air.
Brooksy, it's always a great pleasure. Thank you so much for doing this, and the fans just love hearing you and having a chance to see you.
I love being down here and seeing everyone. I really do. I just saw the manager of Kansas City. See, I can't think of his name.
Ned Yost, yep.
Ned, yeah, I went in to see Ned. I think he's got a birthday, so I went in there. I saw Palmer downstairs, and we did a couple things. But, yeah, it's great to do that.
Thank you.
To come down and hobnob.
Thanks a million.